Alright, what's up guys, Single Player Nacho here. With the rumors of a possible Resident Evil 9 right around the corner, I thought it'd be a good time to take inventory for the 10 best new B.O.Ws in order. This is the new generation of slimy creeps that have struck the best chord, made an insane first impression, etc. And thankfully, this new generation of RE games have had an amazing selection, so it wasn't too hard to find 10 of them. When I think of the best B.O.Ws, I think Nemesis, Tyrant, Wesker, but it's time to let the new Fuglies shine. Let's get to it. The Urias B.O.Ws. The number 10 spot belongs to a lot of hair and meat. These are the Urias Bros, the gigantic werewolf megamycete hybrids that I felt I had to include, because every good Resident Evil game has its tyrant-like enemy type. These nasty-ass monstrosities wield giant hammers, and yes, they are all brothers, essentially. There are 3 Urias Bros. The first one owns a pretty awesome introduction, like we all remember our reaction during that first werewolf party, then boom, this giant fucker drops in. Another guards the megamycete from a boulder puncher, and the last one is a straight-up serial killer, a butcher that collects all of his meat. Ew. The Uriases are minor in the big scope of the RE series, I just think they're cool enough to include here. The Dimitrescu daughters. At number 9 we have the Twilight Twinks, Lady D's little vampires. I absolutely love the idea of the Dimitrescu daughters, a trio henchwomen that work for the ultimate vampire goddess, who is undoubtedly higher up on this list. Like a horror version of Cinderella's stepmom and stepsisters. That's pretty much what they are. Any casual fan that played Village will undoubtedly remember these 3. They are very haunting, memorable in appearance, memorable lines, and they disappear into insects. It just looks so cool. Add that with the creepy images of their upbringing and voila, you have yourself an amazing new B.O.W. The Molded. I'll never forget my very first reaction when seeing the Molded for the first time in a trailer. Might even still have that reaction somewhere. My thinking went straight into, this is the new Regenerator. This thing is Resident Evil, a hideous biological monstrosity with a crazy ass entrance. Fast forward to after Resident Evil 7 dropped, and they served as great replacements to the typical zombie grunt enemies. I don't want you guys to call PETA on me, okay? But yes, the mechanics of shooting these things are super satisfying, like whacking a bag filled with water. That makes no sense. Still, the Molded are some cool bitches. Mother Miranda. For all of the fans that wanted more revelations, see what I did there? Around the beginning of B.O.Ws, the beginning of Oswald Spencer, we ate good with Mother Miranda. This is the proto-tyrant of all the tyrants, villains, you name it. This is the ancient evil we've been mystified by. Sure, you think that the B.O.W. in that category would be a little higher on this list. I think we should have seen her a bit more in Village. Thankfully, she took a big chunk of the Shadows of Rose DLC, being the evil centerpiece of a mother that would do anything to revive her long-dead child versus a father, aka Ethan, that would do anything to save his. Miranda serves as a great contrast to the hero of the story, and she is one B.O.W. we won't be forgetting about anytime soon. Margie Baker. Come on down to Marguerite's sweet southern home cooking. She's got delectable delights like this, and the scrumptious this. She'll also just spoon feed the fuck out of you, so that's very kind hospitality. Once upon a time, Marguerite was actually a very sweet lady who seemed to try her best to keep her family together. I'm not gonna lie, she did seem like a pretty cool mom. But that's not why we know Marguerite. We know Marguerite as one of the most disgusting B.O.Ws of all time, and certainly one of the newest best B.O.Ws. Her boss fight will go down in RE history as one of the most iconic, with bone-snapping, stomach-churning views of her bug bussy. Now, nowadays, the saying, they don't make them like they used to, is kind of popular, but with Margie, that's not the case. She's one of the most horrifying monsters I've ever covered. Urias Baker. From a cool-ass mom to a shitty piece of shit son, Lucas, you bastard. Your evil deeds are the only thing that has put you this high on the list. He is the epitome of a scoundrel, a villain with zero redeeming qualities. They wrote this twerp so well because you just genuinely hate the guy. Take your pick, putting his entire family in jeopardy, transforming them into monsters, torturing all of Chris Redfield's partners, and this has to be the worst thing he's done, making poor Clancy play a sick, twisted version of 21. I mean, all of his victims he's toyed with and gotten a sick thrill off of making them suffer immensely. Nah, Lucas is primetime evil. He deserves to be on this list. Evelyn. I don't know which form of Evelyn is best, Grandma Evie or the ring child Evie. I like Grandma Evie more. She's just rolling around the Baker house while Ethan's getting his nuts chopped off. In all seriousness, Evelyn is the titular villain of RE7. I mean, she's on the cover. And here's the thing about Evie, layers. There's layers to her character, creepy child onion layers. Think about it this way, a monster manufactured by who knows who wants nothing more but a family and does all of this to achieve her goal. Insane. Yes, she may be cliche in design, scary pale child laughing her ass off and running around. With Evie, it's her story and outcome that makes her stand out here. The baby. The most visceral reaction to anything, any moment in the newest trilogy of RE games is the moment you encounter the baby. This thing had a chokehold on YouTube reactions, memes, you freaking name it. I mean, it's like a big moment in horror, in new modern horror. This was the moment that stole the spotlight, and I'd say maybe the biggest moment in both RE7 and RE Village. And you know what's crazy? We don't even know its name. It's sad. So let's do this together. Type in the comments what this thing's name should be. Let's name this bum once and for all. Lady Dimitrescu. The Countess, the cannibal vampire herself, Lady Alcina Dimitrescu. Look at her, all 9 feet 6 inches of her. There is zero indication that this is a monster. Well, she is, and an absolutely brutal one at that. This is like one of those horror stories that stay with you forever. Like, I am actually terrified of this woman. Countless maids were sucked dry by the Countess herself. Pause. For decades and decades, Lady D must have gotten bored with just eating them. She made wine bottles out of them. And you bet she sold this wine publicly. Like, damn, she's a tall, twisted sack of suspenseful jazz music. I don't know. I picture Lady D loving jazz for some reason. And goth, of course. And maybe some speedcore. I don't need to say much here. Lady D is the villain of Resident Evil Village. She's undoubtedly up there with the most impactful of the series. I just wish we'd seen more of her. And last but not least, the best new B.O.W. goes to Jack Baker. I'd be doing the area of Dulvey a big disservice if I hadn't placed Mr. Jack Baker as the best B.O.W. in the new trilogy. To me, Jack Baker has it all. He's scary, iconic, has the perfect amount of screen time, and in the end owns the most emotional scene of any villain slash actually a good guy in these last 2 RE games.
Ethan, free my family. Please.
Talk about an effective character. When I think about the new Resident Evil, I think about Jack Baker. Plain and simple. He is the Resident Evil, in a way, and he has an awesome, hilarious transformation in the end.
Zoe, get your ass back to the house. I will deal with you later.
I don't know, he's just the perfect amount of, holy shit, this grandpa is a psychotic serial killer with biological mutations. And he has the funniest, cheesiest lines in the game. This is what RE is about, not taking itself too seriously and at the same time being tremendously scary. Let's all gather around Jack Baker, everyone, and congratulate him for having the #1 spot on the list and coming home to bug bussy every night. Nice catch, Jack. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed, And I'm announcing new memberships on this channel. If you'd like to support me and support these videos, you can go ahead and press join. There's some options there for some cute little nacho badges. It's not 100% necessary, but it would help out a lot. And it would also help if you like this video, if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe for more horror lore, lists, and mysteries. Have an awesome rest of your day. And as always, stay single.